The Astralynx was drowning in darkness. Not the simple absence of light, but a suffocating, crushing void that pressed against the hull like a living thing. The emergency lights flickered in weak, blood-red pulses, barely illuminating the trembling corridors. Somewhere deep in the ship, metal groaned. Somewhere closer, something whispered. Lyra pushed herself up from the floor, ears ringing from the blast of Solari's weapon. Smoke curled through the air. Sparks rained from a shattered ceiling panel. Her vision swam. Kael? Her voice cracked. The observation chamber was a ruin, the containment field dead, the walls scorched, the floor fractured. The distortion still pulsed in the far corner, flickering like a dying star. But Kael was gone. Lyra's heart seized. Kael! She stumbled forward, coughing through the smoke. The distortion rippled violently, as if reacting to her voice. A low, resonant hum vibrated through the deck. Deeper than before, almost angry. Captain Solari groaned behind her, pushing herself up with trembling arms. Vance, report. Lyra ignored her. She scanned the room, panic rising like a tide. The guards were nowhere to be seen. The floor bore deep scorch marks, as if something had dragged them away. Then she saw it. A trail of frost leading out of the chamber. Her breath hitched. Kael! Lyra followed the frost trail into the corridor, her boots slipping on the thin layer of ice forming beneath her feet. The temperature dropped with every step. Her breath fogged in front of her. The ship's hum grew louder, a deep, pulsing vibration that felt like a heartbeat echoing through metal. The lights flickered, the walls creaked, and somewhere ahead, she heard a voice. Not Kael's, not human, a whisper, stretched thin and distant. Return. Lyra pressed herself against the wall, heart pounding. The whisper slid through the air like a cold breeze, brushing against her skin. She forced herself forward. The frost trail led to a junction where the lights had completely failed. Only the faint glow of emergency strips illuminated the floor. Kael? She whispered. A soft sound answered. A gasp, a stifled cry. Lyra's pulse spiked. She ran. The engineering bay doors were half open, frozen in place by a thick layer of ice. Lyra squeezed through the gap, her breath catching at the sight inside. The room was a nightmare. Panels hung from the ceiling like torn skin. Frost coated every surface. The main reactor pulsed erratically, its glow flickering like a dying heartbeat. And in the center of the room, Kael knelt on the floor, clutching his head. Kael! Lyra rushed to him, dropping to her knees beside him. His skin was ice-cold. His eyes glowed with a frantic, unstable light. Lyra, he whispered, voice trembling. It's inside my mind. I can't shut it out. Lyra grabbed his shoulders. Look at me. Stay with me. He lifted his gaze, and she saw terror there. Real, raw terror. It's trying to pull me back, he said. It wants to take me. It wants to finish what it started. Lyra shook her head fiercely. No, you're here. You're with us. You're with me. Kael's breath hitched. I don't know how long I can fight it. The lights flickered violently. The distortion appeared again, this time behind them. Tear in reality. A wound in space. A doorway. Lyra pulled Kael closer. Stay behind me. Kael shook his head weakly. Lyra, you can't protect me from this. The distortion pulsed. A shape began to form inside it, clearer than before. Taller, more defined. Its limbs elongated, its head tilting in unnatural angles. Its eyes, or the suggestion of eyes, glowed with a cold, predatory intelligence. Lyra's breath froze in her chest. Kael whispered, voice breaking. It's evolving. It's learning. The entity stepped forward. The air thickened, pressing against Lyra's lungs. The temperature dropped so fast her skin burned. The lights dimmed to a faint, trembling glow. Then the entity spoke. Not through sound, not through the comms, but directly into their minds. Return. Lyra staggered, clutching her head. The voice was a blade, sharp, cold, slicing through her thoughts. Kael cried out, collapsing to the floor. Lyra grabbed him, pulling him into her arms. Kael, Stay with me. The entity leaned closer, its form bending like smoke in a storm. Return to the source. Lyra's heart pounded. What source? What do you want from him? The entity's head tilted. Then it spoke again, this time with a word that made Lyra's blood turn to ice. Prototype. Kael's eyes widened in horror. No, he whispered. No, no, no. Lyra held him tighter. Kael, what does that mean? He shook his head violently. I don't know. I don't. The entity surged forward. Lyra screamed. Kael grabbed her hand, and the world shattered. Lyra's vision blurred. The engineering bay dissolved around her. The cold vanished. The hum faded. She was somewhere else, floating, suspended in a void of swirling light and shadow. Kael was beside her, his hand still gripping hers. His eyes glowed brighter than ever. Lyra, he whispered, this is inside me. The void pulsed. Images flickered around them, fragments of memory or something like memory. A lab, a chamber, a figure lying on a table, machines humming, a symbol glowing above a body. Lyra gasped. Kael, is this my creation? He whispered. Or my prison? The images shifted. A voice echoed through the void, the same voice that had whispered through the ship. Return. Prototype. Kael flinched. It wants to finish what it started. Lyra grabbed his face, forcing him to look at her. You are not theirs. You are not a thing. You are not a prototype. Kael's breath trembled. Then what am I? Lyra's voice broke. You're Kael, and you're here, with me. The void pulsed violently. The entity's silhouette appeared again, towering, shifting, reaching. Lyra held Kael tighter. Fight it, she whispered. Fight it, Kael. Come back with me. Kael closed his eyes. The void cracked. Light exploded. Lyra gasped as the engineering bay snapped back into existence. She collapsed to the floor, Kael falling beside her. The distortion was gone, for now. The lights flickered weakly. The hum softened. Kael groaned, rolling onto his side. Lyra! She grabbed his hand. I'm here. He looked at her, eyes dim but alive. I saw it. I saw everything. Lyra swallowed hard. What was it? Kael's voice was barely a whisper. My maker. Lyra's blood ran cold. And it's coming back for me. Episode 7, The Hollow Corridor. Kael survived the fracture, but something came through with him. The Astralynx is quiet now, too quiet. The distortion is gone. The lights are stable. The crew is breathing again. But Lyra knows it's not over. Kael remembers a lab, a symbol, a voice that called him prototype. And deep in the ship, a corridor has appeared. One that shouldn't exist. No schematics, no access logs, no light, just a whisper. Return. Lyra must enter the hollow corridor, alone, to uncover the truth about Kael's origin, and what's still waiting in the dark. Starbound Secrets. Episode 7, The Hollow Corridor. Some paths were never meant to be walked.